everybody, Charlie Stevens here. Thank you so much for tuning in to another guitar lesson. Alright, today I'd like to teach you about eighth note rests. So we've learned about eighth notes, we've learned about rests, all of the rhythmic values that we've learned about have corresponding rests. So we can keep track of exactly how much time we're not playing a note, basically. So this one is the eighth note rest. This is a really important rest because it helps us get some syncopation and stuff. So I'm glad we can finally talk about this concept. Okay, so if we were to just play eighth notes, it'd sound like that. If we were to play quarter notes, it'd sound like that, right? So, in example number one, we're just going to play eighth notes just to get in the habit of this. Ready? It's just eighth notes on the open E string, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? That's basic stuff, hopefully, for you. If you haven't checked that out, please watch the lesson on eighth notes and alternate picking, and we explain how that works. Now, for these ones, though, we're going to put a rest on that second eighth note. So those were pairs of eighth notes, right? We're going to have an eighth note and then an eighth note rest instead. So really what these will sound like is kind of like quarter notes. We're going to pick as often as we do quarter notes. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and... But on quarter notes, it rings the whole time. So I'm still going to pick as often, but now I need to mute the string in between to produce some silence for that eighth rest that we have on the and of the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2. Okay? Kind of sounds a little bit annoying, so bear with me here. Let's play this together. Example 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So yeah, it sounds almost like an alarm or something almost annoying. I feel. But anyhow, that's how that works. Okay, we have to actually silence the string, or else we just get quarter notes. So this gives us a different sound. Quarter notes didn't sound as alarming or as annoying as that, right? So this helps produce a different sound, and we can use this to very cool effect to produce things that are less annoying and interesting as we go. But anyway, I thought that would be just a good easy way of introducing it, because it's just kind of like playing quarter notes, but we just kind of mute, right? And on that open string, I just have this hand just devoted to just touching the string to silence it in between. Okay, in example number 3, I made up this example and I put eighth rests on beat 2 and 4. Okay, everywhere else is going to be eighth notes. So we have 1 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so we're just putting rests on those beats, and it helps. We're going to do some strumming patterns where you'll see how this really helps our rhythm, but just for getting used to reading them, I wanted to do some just on the open string. So please join along with me in playing example number 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Alright, that was example number 3. Okay, next we're going to move into some examples that use strumming patterns, and I feel like these are really where they shine. Having these rests in there to produce some syncopation and to just kind of stop the sound can help us get a more controlled sound and just a better percussive feel and all sorts of things like that. So I think really in these strumming patterns is where we'll start to really be able to hear how these things can be really cool. Okay, great. So for these next couple examples, they're going to be very similar to the musical examples we had in the lesson about the D chord. The only difference is instead of dotted quarter notes, we're going to use a regular quarter note and then an eighth rest. All right, so example 4 is 1. And I'm still putting these rests on 2 and 4 in this example. 1, rest, and 3, 4, and 2, and 3, 4. 1, and 3, and 1, and 3, right? Nothing on 2 and 4, which is similar to what we had before, but we would let that ring across 2 and 4. Now we're actually going to silence it on 2 and 4, like this. Okay? Kind of has a different feel. We can even kind of punch the guitar a little bit on those spots. Okay, so just because there's a rest there doesn't necessarily mean that I won't kind of like do a percussive hit there. Okay, it might not. That's going to depend on the song. Sometimes you'll want a true rest. Sometimes it might be appropriate to do a percussive thing. In these examples that I wrote, it doesn't matter. You're free to do either way. Okay, a little knock there. That can be really fun. Okay, when I do that, it's almost like I'm picking, but instead of letting my pick go across the strings, I kind of let my hand just kind of touch. Like that. Okay? So yeah, feel free to do that if you'd like. Alright, so this is example number 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Awesome. All right, great job. So that was example number 4. Okay, example number 5 is very similar. We have 1, 2, and 3, 4. Pretty easy, actually. So we have a quarter note on beat 1, rest on beat 2, eighth note. It's an eighth note rest on beat 2, so that means we have an eighth note on the other part of beat 2, the and of beat 2. We can come back up, and 3, 4. 3 and 4 are both quarter notes. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, 2 measures of D, 1 measure of C, 1 measure of D again. Then we repeat the whole thing, okay? Example number 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Awesome, that was example number 5. Okay, example number 6 is exactly like example number 3 from the D minor video, except we have done the same treatment to all of the quarter notes, right? Instead of dotted quarter notes, we have regular quarter notes followed by an eighth rest. Okay, so we have a G5, D minor, A7, back to D minor. That whole thing repeats, okay? And the rhythm is 1 and 3, 4 and 1 and 3, 4 and 1 and 3, 4 and 1 and 3, 4 and... Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. All right. So that's what eighth rests are. Okay? And we can use those to produce a lot of cool syncopation and displace where important beats usually happen. We can put a rest there instead and then start a beat a little later than where the listener might expect and create some really cool sounds with this. So this is just a very kind of general entry into these eighth rests, but I hope that helped you get your head around them a little bit, and we will see these more as we learn some different songs. We'll get some more practice with these down the road. Alright, well thank you so much for watching this guitar lesson. If you're enjoying this course, please subscribe to the channel. I hope you're having a really great day, and I look forward to seeing you in another guitar lesson really soon. Thanks a lot.